Welcome to the series recap of the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago White Sox, played at Wright Field in Chicago. The White Sox took the series 2-1. The Giants are now third in the National League West, with a record of 45-39. The White Sox are fifth in the American League Central, with a record of 28-56. The Giants beat the White Sox in the first game of the series by a score of 3-1. Landon Roop started for the Giants. Aaron Savali started for the White Sox. The White Sox took the lead in the bottom of the first inning. Chase Mydroth and Andrew Benintendi both singled to put runners on first and second for Miguel Vargas. The pitch. Vargas hits a line drive to short, and Adames can't make the catch. It goes off his glove into left field. Mydroth going to third, now heading home on a lazy throw to the infield. A play at the plate. He is safe, and the White Sox take the lead. The Giants tied it up in the third inning. After 2 walks, the Giants had runners on first and second for the first baseman, Wilmer Flores. Here it comes. Flores rips it down the third base line. Fair. Bailey scores, and this game is tied. Mike Yastrzemski then walked to load the bases, but Willie Adames flew out to end the inning. The White Sox threatened to score in the bottom of the fourth. They loaded the bases with 1 out. Then Michael A. Taylor grounded into a double play to end the inning. The White Sox also had the bases loaded with 1 out in the fifth, but Landon Roop got out of the inning by striking out Kyle Teal and getting Lenine Sosa to pop out to short. In the top of the sixth inning, Willie Adames drew a leadoff walk. Jung-Hoo Lee flew out to center. Christian Koss singled. Then Patrick Bailey came to the plate. Alexander deals. There's a fly ball to right. Noda charging. He dives, and it gets by him. Adames scores. Koss being waved home. And into third with a triple is Bailey. The White Sox trailed by 2 going into the ninth inning, and Camilo Doval retired the White Sox in order. The final score, the Giants 3, the White Sox 1. For the starters, Aaron Savali went 4 innings, allowed 1 run, and struck out 4. Landon Roop got the win, going 5 into third innings, allowing 1 unearned run, and striking out 4. Tyler Alexander took the loss. Camilo Doval picked up the save. The White Sox took Game 2, beating the Giants 1-0. Robbie Ray started for the Giants. Adrian Hauser started for the White Sox. The game was scoreless through 5 innings. In the top of the 6th, the Giants had runners on second and third, with no outs, when Rafael Devers came to the plate. Devers struck out swinging, and on the same pitch, the White Sox picked off Brett Wisely at third, and the Giants did not score. Then in the bottom half of the inning, Andrew Benintendi came up with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted high to right. Yastrzemski back. At the wall. He leaps. Gone. Home run for Andrew Benintendi, and the White Sox take the lead. The score remained 1-0 the rest of the way. Adrian Hauser got the win, going 7 scoreless innings, while striking out 5. Robbie Ray took the loss, going 6 innings, allowing 1 run, and striking out 6. Grant Taylor picked up the save. The White Sox took the final game of the series 5-2. Justin Verlander started for the Giants. Jonathan Cannon started for the White Sox. The White Sox took the lead in the first inning. Mike Tauchman hit a leadoff double, then went to third on a groundout by Chase Mydroth. That brought up Andrew Benintendi, who hit a sacrifice fly to left, which scored Tauchman and put the White Sox ahead 1-0. The Giants then tied it up in the second. Christian Koss drew a leadoff walk. Koss stole second with Patrick Bailey batting. Then Bailey did this. The 2-2 pitch. There's a line drive to right. It goes into the corner. Koss will score. And this game is tied. The Giants went ahead in the 5th inning. Rafael Devers and Wilmer Flores drew 1-out walks against the new pitcher, Jordan Leisure. Mike Yastrzemski singled on a sharp line drive to second. That brought up Willie Adames, who drew a walk, which forced in a run, and gave the Giants a 2-1 lead. But that was all the Giants would add, as Jung-Hoo Lee popped out and Christian Koss lined out. The White Sox regained the lead in the 7th. Mike Tauchman and Chase Mydroth hit 1-out singles against Eric Miller. Austin Slater came in as a pinch runner for Tauchman. Andrew Benintendi grounded out to second, moving both runners over. That led the Giants to bring in Ryan Walker to face Miguel Vargas, and Vargas walked to load the bases for Kyle Teal. Here it comes. Teal hits a line drive to right, base hit. Slater scores. Mydroth scores. Vargas stops at third as the White Sox go ahead 3-2. Lenyn Sosa was up next, and during his at-bat, Walker balked. So Vargas came in to score, and the White Sox led by 2. Then Sosa did this. Sosa behind 0-2. He swings and hits a base hit to right. Teal comes in to score. It's 5-2 White Sox. The Giants had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 8th, but Elliot Ramos grounded into a double play to end the inning. Then in the 9th, Mike Yastrzemski grounded into a double play to end the game. The final score, the White Sox 5, the Giants 2. For the starters, Justin Verlander went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and struck out 3. Jonathan Cannon went 3 innings, allowed 1 run, and struck out 4. Tyler Gilbert was credited with the win. Eric Miller took the loss, and Mike Vasil picked up the save. With the win, the White Sox took the series 2-1. The Giants will now go to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. The White Sox will go to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers. Thank you for joining me for this series recap, and have a wonderful evening.